Yes, good morning, students.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning,
Is
ma'am.
my voice clear? Is my voice clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And am I visible also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So, what happened? Only this much number is there.
Ma'am, today others cannot join.
Why?
He
Why?
told that he's having some problem.
Okay. So,
So,
only five, including me, five participants are there. Okay. Pragya, Inamul, Ghanshyam, Aman, Abik. Okay. Now, in your section, you are 29 students. So only this much number is joining the classes. What happened?
ma'am, today another one new student will join. He joined
New
the previous
student.
classes too.
Who is the new student?
Shurid. His name is Shurid.
Shahid.
Shurid.
Okay.
Shurid.
Shurit. Okay.
Yes, I think he will be joining. Meanwhile,
He will be joining. Okay, let us wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Let more
okay.
students join. Okay.
Yes, we shall.
See, students, I again request you all that as the arrangement has been done for your comfort level of joining the other class, so please follow that. You have sufficient time between the two classes to join the new class. So please try to join before time. As
Ma'am,
the class starts at
sometimes,
11:30, try to join by 10:28 itself, 10:29. I start the meeting by 10:22 positively. Maybe 1 minute before also I start sometime, but 22 I positively start. So you can start joining so that we can utilize our time fully. That is the point. Adarsh has also joined. Arhit has also joined. See, only this much strength is there in the other classes also.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. As you are now 29 students in section B. So if only 7 people are regularly attending the classes, then what about others? Okay, fine. We were having discussion regarding the improvement of basic skills. Those are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And we have to associate all these basic skills of communication with the language English. Okay. So in this class, we have to regularly practice for the improvement in English listening skills. It means, what does this mean? That if we are listening to English sound, we must be able to recognize the sound, we must be able to understand the context, and we must be in a state to retain that information for a comparative longer time. This is what listening means. It means to attend the sound, to try to understand the sound, and to retain that sound. Okay, it means retaining means that particular information should be there in our memory or in the person's memory, so that whenever it is asked afterwards, okay, that afterwards could be 1 hour after, 1 day after, 1 month after, or 1 year after. Okay, at least there should be some information regarding that particular moment. And if that state is there of the information in terms of memorizing, then that is termed as listening. Okay, so we need to repeated times do certain exercises so that we can improve the listening English sounds. Okay, it means we should be able to identify the English sound identification of English sound means at least we should be in a state that yes, what has been spoken. ठीक है, जैसे मैं अभी आपसे बात कर रही हूँ, तो एटलीस्ट आप इतना इंफॉर्मेशन गेन कर पा रहे हो कि यस, मैम इज स्पीकिंग अबाउट लिसनिंग, ओके, या मैम इंग्लिश में बोल रहे हैं. ये आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ इंग्लिश साउंड है. यानी आप एक पर्टिकुलर लैंग्वेज के साउंड को जब आइडेंटिफाई करते हो, जैसे आप you can easily identify, yes, the person is speaking English, the person is speaking Hindi, the person is speaking Bangla, this person is speaking Marathi, the person is speaking some other South Indian language or some other foreign language like Spanish or uh, French or Mandarin, okay, or many other languages, okay. Even if we have that particular identification level of differentiating various accents of English itself, okay, तो ये भी क्या है, ये आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ साउंड की कैटेगरी में ही आता है. सपोज हम कभी ये चीज भी रियलाइज करते हैं व्हेन वी आर लिसनिंग टू इंग्लिश साउंड्स कि ये अमेरिकन इंग्लिश में बोल रहे हैं, ये ब्रिटिश इंग्लिश में बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है, ये लैटिन इंग्लिश में बोल रहे हैं, ये थोड़ा सा साउथ एशियन एक्सेंट है इंग्लिश का, ये इंडियन एक्सेंट है इंग्लिश का, ठीक है. इट मीन्स कि रीजन की इंफॉर्मेशन भी जब साथ में हमें मिल जाती है, ठीक है, विद द लैंग्वेज स्पोकन, देन इट इज रिलेटेड टू एक्सेंट. ये एक्सेंट है, ठीक है. तो ये एक्सेंट का आइडेंटिफिकेशन भी इफ हम कर पाते हैं तो दैट आल्सो कम्स इन द कैटेगरी ऑफ आइडेंटिटी ऑफ साउंड्स ऑफ अ लैंग्वेज. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट जो मैंने आपसे शेयर किया लिसनिंग का, वो क्या है, दैट इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग. इट मीन्स at least the audience is in a state that yes, what has been spoken and why it is spoken, why it is discussed, okay. That suppose of this particular moment if we talk, then if some of you are able to understand this particular point, yes, listening is discussed in what context, okay, why it is discussed by teacher, okay, it is to gain more and more improvement in that listening skill so that there could be effective state of communication or the message could be effectively transferred from one side to the other side, okay. And जो तीसरा point मैंने आपसे discuss किया वो ये कि whatever has been discussed, if that retains in a person's memory, okay, and the person in future, in after time, okay, can tell that yes, this was discussed. Not exactly 100% information could be retained by the person, okay, it can happen with some of the person, but the average person maybe is able to retain only 40 to 50%, or the person can increase, okay, then that is good enough for the communication process, okay. So if that is the state that if 40-50%, suppose आप में से कोई स्टूडेंट इफ आपसे 2 दिन बाद भी पूछा जाए कि जो है 3rd of September को 11:30 वाली आपकी इंग्लिश लैब क्लास में आप लोग क्या टॉपिक्स डिस्कस कर रहे थे, तो एटलीस्ट आप उनकी हेडिंग्स भी इफ रिलेट कर पाते हो, यू आर एबल टू टेल द हेडिंग, इट मीन्स यू आर लिसनिंग इन दैट क्लास, ठीक है. आप हेडिंग बता पाते हो, आप एटलीस्ट कुछ 2-4 पॉइंट्स और ऐड कर सकते हो, ठीक है, अपनी मेमोरी बेस्ड इंफॉर्मेशन से. तो ये कंप्लीट स्टेप्स जब हम कलेक्टिवली एसोसिएट करते हैं, ठीक है, और वी एसोसिएट ऑल दी स्टेप्स, आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ द साउंड ऑफ द लैंग्वेज, trying to understand why that particular topic is discussed, and that particular discussed topic has to be retained in the memory up to some extent or up to full extent, okay. All these steps if we associate, this is listening, ये listening है, ठीक है. ये पॉइंट आपको क्लियर हुआ. एंड लिसनिंग इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है. लिसनिंग जो है स्मूथ कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस के लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है. अब just recall that in previous classes we were doing some activities of self introduction. Okay, so in that sequence today we have a new student in our group, that is Suhrid Haldar. Am I right, Suhrid? Is the pronunciation correct of your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, welcome in the class. And Suhrid, we all want a short introduction of yours. We want you to introduce to the complete class. And what you have to keep in mind while introducing yourself to the class, first you have to, if it is possible, and if you are comfortable, then please switch on your camera so that we can see you. And the other point is you have to keep in mind that there are two teachers in your class. Okay, me and Krishna sir is also there in the class. So two teachers are present in the class and rest of your class fellows are there. Okay, so accordingly you have to develop your speaking content, and at least for 1 or 2 minutes you are going to introduce yourself. So have you understood all my points? Yes, Surit?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can start. Even Pragya Sarkar, I think she has joined today only.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Pragya Sarkar, it will be next turn of yours to introduce to the complete session. Because see, self-introduction again is a very important task. Okay, it's a very important task, and it is a very important state of communication. One has to do lot of practice regarding this. It doesn't come spontaneously to a person to expertise in this particular state of self introduction. It requires lot of practice, lot of other things to develop. Yes, Suhrid, can we start with your
Yes,
introduction?
ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes.
Hello,
Please switch
everyone.
on your camera. Yes. Okay, fine, 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 Suhrid. So
Hello, everyone.
you have recently joined, Suhrid?
Ma'am, from today only.
Today
I
only?
joined.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, okay, fine. Okay, Suhrid, what branch you have opted for your engineering course?
electrical engineering.
Electrical. Okay, good, good, good. Now you can give your introduction.
Hello, everyone. My name is Surid Haldar, and I am from Kolkata, West Bengal, and I am pursuing electrical engineering from BTech from UVM Jaipur. And,
Yes.
and what more? In our personal details
Some
also.
other information also you can share about you. Okay, as a person, your likings. Okay, your future goals, or
My
anything
future,
you want to share about West Bengal, which is positive, that you want that others should know.
ma'am, I am just switching from to another to laptop because some I'm doing it from phone. Some problem is going on in phone. I am switching to
Okay, no, no,
laptop.
you are clearly visible. You can just complete this task today with that device itself. Later on, you can adjust. Later on, you can adjust. Just for a
Ma'am,
while, you can
it will just take some few seconds only because some
few
problem is
seconds
going
only.
on in
Okay,
phone.
we will wait. We will wait for that.
Ma'am,
We'll wait. We'll wait.
just-
Yes. Meanwhile, Pragya, you prepare. Okay, you be
Yes,
prepared
ma'am.
for. You be prepared for. First, Suhrid will complete, and then you will take your turn.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Aman Khan, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Fine.
How are you?
I am fine.
You're fine. Good. You should be
Yeah.
fine.
Thanks,
You
ma'am.
belong to which place, Aman? You belong to which place?
West Bengal.
Okay. Speak slightly louder.
I am from West Bengal,
Yes,
ma'am.
Surit, are you ready? Yes? Yes, Aman, bolo. Yes, Aman, speak. बताओ क्या बताना चाहते हो आप? Anything you want to share? You want to tell?
Nothing, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. Now let us take the introduction of Suhrid. Okay, you can switch off your camera, Aman, and you can join the session. Yes, Suhrid. Now you please introduce yourself.
Um, hello everyone.
Aman, camera band. हाँ.
Hello everyone. My name is Surit Haldar and I am from Kolkata, West Bengal. Now currently I am pursuing BTech Electrical Engineering from UEM Jaipur. My future dream is to pursue MBA from any foreign universities and and do uh, and do some research work on some on engineering things and I love to play cricket and care.
You are interested in cricket,
Yes.
the game of cricket. Okay.
Yes.
So, fine. Suhri, as you mentioned in your introduction that after completing your graduation in engineering, okay, you would like to pursue your management post-graduation course,
Yes.
okay, MBA.
MBA.
MBA, you want to do that. Fine. And also you are saying, you are sharing that you want to pursue for research in engineering itself.
Yes.
Okay. So, Surit, this is my suggestion here, or one of guidance from my side, that if you want to pursue research in engineering field, then and also in a formal structure, okay, in a formal structure I'm referring to, if you want to do research in some research institution, okay, of national or international level, if you want to do research in some university, then you have to go for your post graduation in some engineering subject only. Otherwise you will not be qualifying for the PhD or the research program. Is that point clear to you?
Yes.
In whatever subject you are doing your post graduation, in that only
Ma'am,
you can
not
go
like
for
that. I
research.
mean, PhD, not like that, but my own personal research. I do my own personal carry out my own personal research, not like
For
PhD or
that
like that.
also I am saying, यही मैंने आपसे कहा, ये सबके लिए है. Students, please attend this information कि आपको फॉर्मल रिसर्च के लिए जाना है, चाहे अपने इंटरेस्ट के लिए पर्पज से ही, ठीक है. यदि फॉर्मल रिसर्च के लिए जाना है, ठीक है, यानी आपको कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन ज्वाइन करना है रिसर्च पर्पस के लिए, तो आपका पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन रेलिवेंट सब्जेक्ट में होना चाहिए. आप कह रहे हो कि मुझे इंजीनियरिंग में रिसर्च करना है, ठीक है, तो इंजीनियरिंग में रिसर्च करना है तो आपको एमटेक करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. आप एमबीए कर रहे हो तो आपको फॉर्मल रिसर्च की अपॉर्चुनिटी मैनेजमेंट में रहेगी. मेरा पॉइंट समझ रहे हो क्या आप?
हाँ.
यानी आप फॉर्मल रिसर्च आप तभी कर पाओगे जब आप उस रेलिवेंट सब्जेक्ट में पीजी करोगे, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करोगे, ठीक है. यानी आपका रिसर्च का और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन का सब्जेक्ट जो है वो डिफरेंट नहीं होना चाहिए. ये पॉइंट समझ में आया सुरीत? हाँ.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to get this point, students, all of you? It is good to know about things, okay. Definitely many of you will be planning about all certain type of things. So that is my point कि जो भी आपको करना है, whatever you decide for your future, and it is high time to decide, okay. Please decide, please confirm your goals, and then put all your energies, all your efforts in that direction. फाइन. अभी डिसाइड कर लीजिए 1-2 महीने में. मैं 1-2 महीने बाद में सबसे पूछूंगी, सबसे मैं एक लिस्ट बनाऊंगी, एंड आपका सबका उसमें आप आफ्टर योर नेम आई विल बी राइटिंग इट डाउन this is your future aspiration, confirm future aspiration. You want to be a technocrat only, you want to be an administrator, you want to join some corporate, you want to join some government job, okay, you want to do some research work, afterwards you want to go for higher studies, okay, ये सब goal में आपके आपके नाम के आगे I will prepare a list, okay, and that list I'll be listing down your future goals, okay, and I'll be asking that what efforts you are making to reach that future goal of yours, and this is high time to decide your future goals and channelize all your efforts, all your energies in that direction. ठीक है, अब टाइम नहीं है आपके पास, आपने ग्रेजुएशन में एंटर कर लिया है, ठीक है, तो साथ के साथ जो है आप अपने करियर से रिलेटेड एफर्ट जो है उनको भी स्टार्ट कर दो अब, ठीक है। अब ये नहीं आपका होना चाहिए अप्रोच एप्टीट्यूड की ग्रेजुएशन के बाद सोचेंगे क्या करना है, नो, ग्रेजुएशन स्टार्ट करने के साथ साथ आपको कंफर्म करना है मुझे क्या करना है, ठीक है, एंड प्लीज स्टिक टू दैट एंड डोंट बी मूव्ड बाय द डिफिकल्टीज समटाइम यू फेस, ठीक है, कोई भी डिफिकल्टी आप फेस करते हैं तो उसे डेविएट होने की जरूरत नहीं है अपने गोल से कि ये मैंने क्या ऑप्ट कर लिया, हाउ आई विल डू नॉट बी बॉदर्ड अबाउट ऑल दीज पॉइंट्स, ओके, मे बी कुछ टाइम के लिए आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है, बट इफ यू आर पुटिंग ऑल योर एफर्ट्स इन राइट डायरेक्शन, यू आर नॉट डेविएटिंग, okay, then definitely you will get the success. Is that point clear? Now, one point all of you please note down. I'll be talking about all these things, all the technicalities of self-introduction. As Suhrit mentioned that I am currently, ये words आप note करिए सब, मैं बात करूंगी, even सुहरीत से भी बात करूंगी इस बारे में, ठीक है। सुहरीत, you can switch off your camera now. Yes, what he was saying, I am currently pursuing, एक और वर्ड आपने बोला था सुहरीत, at present, हाँ,
Yes,
एक
ma'am.
वर्ड आपने और बोला था at present, है ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, so please note down these points. At present, currently pursuing. ये आप नोट कर लीजिए एक बार, मैं बात करूंगी आपसे इस बारे में. Yes, now Pragya, it is your turn to give introduction to the class.
Hello everyone, my name is Pragya Sarkar. I am from Arunachal Pradesh. Recently I have joined UEM Jaipur for the branch of ECE. So I am like if all thing goes good, then I will be pursuing for MTech, and I have got a diploma in singing or singing in classical music.
Okay, fine, Pragya. What classical music you do?
Bhatkande.
Okay, fine. So we will have the cultural programs in that. I confirm your participation. I expect your confirmation. Okay. Good.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, good.
I have got a diploma in classical dancing also.
Which
Bharatnatyam.
dance? Which dance? Which
Bharatnatyam.
Bharatnatyam? Very nice. Very nice. So you are interested in all these performing arts also? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. And what else you want to share about you, Pragya? What is your future aspiration after completing even your post graduation? As you mentioned that you will go for post graduation. Okay. Afterwards, what you will do?
After that, in my I wanted to join defense, but I don't know what will be. So
Defense. You want to
I am
join
just
defense? Okay.
yes,
You
ma'am.
want to be army personnel?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Very nice. So for that, I can suggest you. I can guide you after completing your graduation. Okay. We have a special entry for female candidates in defense services. Okay. And particularly for the students who are coming from technical background, okay, as you will complete your engineering. So I think there is a slot of opening in the month of February itself. Okay, in February itself, year to year, a special entry uh, program is done for the female entry in defense services as officers. Clear? So you can go for that. You can fill the form. Then you have to appear for SSB interview, and
Yeah, I know
if you
about
are
it.
selected, then you have to go for 6 month training period, 6 or 9 month training period. Okay, it
Six
vary.
months.
See, slight variations are happening in the procedures. Okay, so whatever will be the procedure, that will already be there while you are um, filling that form itself. Okay, for the defense services, for the SSB interview. And as you complete your training, you are you become an officer in the defense. Okay, even we have entries in air force, we have entries in navy nowadays, we have entries in army. Okay, so definitely you can go for that. And if you are aspiring certain career, okay, please start preparing for this time itself. Okay, do the physical exercises. Okay, do all type of aptitude practices. Okay, do all type of and please be updated with the uh, general information of national and international level. Okay, so all these
Okay,
preparation you can do, and you can definitely enter into. And I'm very much positive about your things. Okay, so I expect that definitely after 4 years we will be evidenting that Pragya is in armed forces. Okay, she's an army officer or some naval officer or some air force personnel. Okay, in our defense services. Very nice, Pragya. So this is
thank
how,
you, ma'am.
see, at least at this point of time, Pragya is very clear about her future. Okay, and that is the reason she is able to comparative. Okay, Pragya delivered this introductory content in very effective manner. Yes, students, did you observe this? That as she was confirm about all her things, or she prepared. ओके जैसे सुहरीत से मैंने क्वेश्चंस पुटअप किए या सुहरीत को जो मैंने इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिए, मे बी प्रज्ञा वाज आल्सो लिसनिंग टू दैट, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली शी framed her content and she was able to effectively perform. Okay, so this is what required for even the very simple we can say step of self introduction we think of. Okay, हम सोचते हैं कि self introduction ये तो बहुत easy सा task है. It is not that much easy. At a formal place it is not that much easy, and it requires lot of things to be taken care of. Okay, और ये first impression होता है. This is the first impression on the other side about the speaker. Okay, and lot many attributes are reflected through this. Okay, how a person evaluates self. Okay, what is the self esteem level of a person. Okay, what is the awareness level of the person about himself or herself. all these things all these things are revealed knowingly unknowingly by the speaker to the other side in form of self introduction. So this is very important to develop an impressive self introduction. Yes, students, are these points clear to your mind?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, students, are you able to
Yes, ma'am.
understand this
Yes, ma'am.
point? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so
Yes, ma'am.
now let us come for the words which Suhrid used while he was introducing himself to us. Okay, so as the sentence he made, that I currently pursuing electrical engineering from UEM. This was the sentence. Okay, maybe slight change could be there, but yes, I'm just picking the important words from the sentence which Suhrid shared with us in the self introduction. So please, all of you, just check, was there any necessity to utter all these words currently, at present, or pursuing altogether to say a single information. Are these words same in the meaning? Let me tell you the meaning of the word pursuing. Pursuing means what you are doing at present. This is the meaning of the word pursuing. ठीक है, इस pursuing का मतलब क्या होता है कि आप अभी क्या कर रहे हैं, करंटली आप क्या कर रहे हैं, पर्टिकुलर प्रेजेंट टाइम में आप क्या कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, ये मतलब है pursuing का. करेंटली का मतलब क्या है, एट प्रेजेंट, इन द वेरी प्रेजेंट मोमेंट, इन द वेरी इमीडिएट मोमेंट. ठीक है, और एट प्रेजेंट का मतलब द इमीडिएट मोमेंट. ठीक है, तो एक ही इंफॉर्मेशन को कहने के लिए, वो भी फॉर्मल सेल्फ इंट्रोडक्शन में, हमें 3 एक्स्ट्रा वर्ड्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है या नहीं है, बताइए प्लीज. जस्ट लेट मी नो.
Not needed.
Not needed. Okay, it is lessening the impact. ठीक है, ये जो इम्पैक्ट है स्पीकिंग का, उसको ये कम कर रहा है. ठीक है, प्लीज रिमेंबर स्टूडेंट्स ऑलवेज दैट व्हेनेवर वी आर इन्वॉल्व्ड, एक्सेप्ट द क्लासरूम एक्टिविटीज. क्लासरूम एक्टिविटीज एक ऐसा फॉर्मल सेटअप है, उसके अलावा, ठीक है, जो भी अदर रिक्रूटमेंट से रिलेटेड, प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट, रिक्रूटमेंट से रिलेटेड जो भी स्टेप्स होते हैं फॉर्मल, इन दोज ओकेजन्स one must be very precise in expression, okay, and very accurate in expression. बिल्कुल एक्यूरेट होना चाहिए और बिल्कुल प्रिसाइज होना चाहिए. प्रिसाइज मतलब
To the point.
yes students, all of a sudden I don't know what happened, there was a sudden disconnect, as since morning it is raining here at my place heavily, so maybe due to that there is poor connectivity of internet also sometime. Yes, as I was referring that in formal introduction, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So what I was referring, that in a formal introduction or in a formal expression, one has to be very accurate and one has to be very precise. Okay, this is the first thing one has to exercise for some or the other formal expression. See, classroom is a totally different setup. It has a totally different objective. Okay, it has a totally different purpose and it has a different setup also. Okay, as the variety and the categories of participants are there in the classroom, okay, in form of students, in form of teacher, okay. So because of that, there could be slight relaxation in the classroom, okay. But as I mentioned that for recruitment purpose, okay, it's a very, we can say, strict formal occasion. So one has to be very precise and very accurate in the self introduction also. And one has to practice for it. One has to smartly act for this. Is this point clear? So now one small video I'll be sharing with you people. Please go through that.
Introduce yourself in English. This secret will improve your ability to speak like a native English speaker. Are you ready? Well, then, let's jump right in. As an English learner, one of the first things that you must do is learn how to introduce yourself in English. But the question is, how can you properly introduce yourself in
Yes,
English?
students, even
What
examples are
information
given with
should you
it,
give, and what is the
okay,
right
of the
order?
sentences
Well,
framing.
if you have ever asked yourself these questions, this lesson is definitely for you. Today, I will teach you the best method for introducing yourself in English. Let's look at this method together. Introducing yourself in English can be viewed as a circle made up of 3 parts. Part 1 is life. This is where you talk about who you are and where you are from. Part 2 is hobby. This is where you talk about your hobby and the reason why you chose it. And part 3 is dream. This is where you describe your dreams about the future. Now, we understand what each part basically is, but let's go into more detail so that we can understand exactly how to properly introduce ourselves. To do this, we must break down each individual part. Let's start with part 1. Part 1 is, once again, life. For this part, we will select 3 of the 5 W's: who, where, and what. Now we will write down a short piece of information for each of these W's. For who, we can say name. For where, we can say hometown or native country. And for what, we can say character and personality. So let's look at an example for part 1. For
बंद कर दिया आपने. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I think the sound is already, I think it is low in the video itself. Okay. So, my point was that let us stop it here itself. I'll be sharing some other information related to this only. As it was mentioned that while we are preparing for self introduction, okay, we have to tell about life. Okay, which life? The human life or the self. Okay, and the next things that what sorry, that has to be related with the place. Okay, see, this is the identity information one has to reveal at first hand level in the self introduction. Who am I, to what place I belong, okay, and what are my further achievements. Okay, and in a formal setup, definitely one has to insist upon the academics. But one thing we need to remember here, that while we are involved in oral self introduction, okay, at the time of interview, when the panel is asking the candidate that please introduce yourself, so in that sequence, in that position, the person is involved in oral self introduction. Okay, person has to say and inform. Clear? So in that sequence, what is the point? That already some communication, some early communication has been done in form of resume, both the pronunciations are correct, CV or biodata to the employer, okay, or to the recruiters. So as the earlier correspondence has been done by the candidate, so at the point of self introduction, okay, when it is done orally, it is incorrect to say all the details of academics, okay, in terms of statistics. Suppose I passed my secondary exam in so and so year with so and so percentage, okay. When at the time of interview self introduction is happening, in that particular process this information should not be involved in this manner. It is incorrect, okay. It is less impressive. Is this clear, students? Is this understood by you? Okay. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
smartly it has to be prepared, that definitely you have to tell about academics, okay, your performance level, but you have to collectively say about it. You have to smartly say about it that I'm a throughout good scholar, okay, or I am very good at academics throughout. If some question is placed from the panel side, then you can answer that. That also should be precise one. Okay. Please remember this point. As much precise the candidate will be at the time of interview, okay, that much strong the candidate will be in the interview. Okay. That much be, we can say, considered as effectivity of the communication process from the candidate side. Okay, so precision, that is extremely required at a formal place. Not much details are required at a formal place. Clear? At least for the purpose of recruitments, for some various other purposes also, okay, there the precision is extremely required. This has to be always kept in mind. Okay, then further in the introduction part, one can explain, one can continue with his or her interest areas. Also, it is not required to tell about your parents' names, okay, and their occupations in self introduction. Okay, already it has been mentioned in the candidate's resume or CV or biodata. Okay, all these details are already there, okay, in form of a concrete evidence, okay, So it is unnecessary to repeat the same information in the self introduction. Okay. See, self introduction means how you present yourself to the world. Okay. What are your perspectives? So as you arrange your information, your perspectives are revealed. Okay. Your objectives are revealed. Your outlook for the things is revealed. We maybe sometime ourselves do not know that how it is happening, but it is happening. Okay, we ourselves cannot judge many a time, but yes, it happens. That how we want to present in front of the world ourselves. That only happens through self introduction. Okay, so that is how it's a serious affair, and the statistical information should be avoided in self introduction. The very general things which were not that much described, okay, in the resume, in the CV, or in the biodata of yours or the candidates, that has to be discussed in self introduction, but that should be related to you. Okay, so as a person, who am I, to which place I belong? Okay, and definitely we have to say some positive notions about our academic performances. Okay, and then we have to immediately shift to some general interest areas of ours as a human being. Suppose a candidate is interested in performing arts, a candidate is interested in sports, a candidate is interested in other artistic activities, the person is interested in reading, the person is interested in writing. Okay, and simply saying that much is not sufficient, as I'm quite impressed by Pragya's sentence that as she said that I have done diploma in singing. Okay, so some additional concrete information should also be inbuilt in that interest information of the candidate. Okay, suppose you have said that I am interested in cricket. Okay, so you have to add on, you have to extend that information. Okay, this is incomplete. You have to add on that information in that way. Okay, that whenever I have a leisure time, or in evening, you can also mention some specific time period when you are involved in the sport activities or when you do those sport activities. Okay, you can simply say about the information in that way. Simply confining up to this much information that I'm interested in drawing. And if you do not extend that information, if you do not assist that information with what actual activity you perform for your interest, at least one or two activity you have to assist with your information. That brings the effectivity. Okay, so I think up to this level in today's session it is sufficient. We will talk about lot many other details related to self introduction itself. Okay, non-verbal aspect also, the linguistic aspect also, the presentation aspect also. We are discussing the presentation only. Okay, we have started with that only. So we will be discussing the various other aspects of self introduction. uh, I'll be sharing one word file. Okay, a sample uh, word file of self introduction with you people, and lot many small introduction, self introduction you will get from that file. Okay, in your WhatsApp group itself I'll be sharing that. Clear? So please go through that, go through all those small introduction of various candidates, of various persons, and we will discuss about the various intricacies of self introduction. Okay, and afterwards I will be asking each of you to prepare a self introduction, record that. Okay, and we will be sharing that in Google Classroom account, okay, of ours, that I'll be preparing in this week. Need not to hassle for these things. Okay, start learning step by step. Okay, so when I'll prepare, I will share with you the information. So you have to all share that recording of yours of self introduction, okay, in that Google Classroom itself. This is one point. The other information, the other point is I have given you the class come attendance test in ERP also, and even in form of Google form. Okay, so I'm sharing the link here of that Google form in this class itself. And please try to do your class test in ERP first. If somebody is facing some problem, okay, can go for the Google form test. Is this point clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
And the test, both the tests are open up to 8 p.m. Okay, so need not to hassle, need not to worry. And if any technical problem you people are facing, inform me about that. Okay, so as I told that once I complete all the formal guidance for self introduction from my side, I'll be asking you to prepare a self introduction of yours, and you have to record that. Okay, so with your phone or with your laptop or with your computer, you can, whatever comfortable medium you have, with that you can record that. You should be physically visible in that. That is how you have to record. So we will be discussing about the various non-verbal aspects also of self-introduction. Appearance, the physical appearance, that is non-verbal aspect in terms of self-introduction at a formal place. So that also we will be discussing. Clear? So meanwhile, I'm sharing some of the guidances which are available at a public platform in form of our YouTube videos and many other things. Okay, and also some written inscription. Once we complete with that, then we will do our own things. Clear? Yes, students, if you have any question, you can ask related to today's discussion, or any difficulty you are facing regarding the joining of the classes or the classroom learning. That also you can tell. One thing I want to ask, is my accent कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव टू यू? आपको समझ में आता है अच्छे से मैं बोलती हूँ? बहुत जल्दी तो नहीं बोल रही हूँ?
समझ में आता है.
समझ में आता है? फाइन फाइन फाइन. बहुत स्पीडी तो नहीं है अपना डिस्कशन?
नो मैम.
अभी मैं जानबूझ के नहीं रख रही हूँ, ठीक है? बिकॉज यू कैन ऑल्सो कोप अप विद द setup, and the new students are also joining time to time, so at least for some period, some slot of time, we will move on in this space only. Afterwards we will follow some speed. Yes, students, no question, no point of discussion from your side? Yes, Inamul?
Ma'am, how do you tackle with GD, group discussion?
Group discussion.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is again a formal topic of our syllabus only. We will discuss all the details in later time, but yes, a brief information that is very much essential for group discussion, I'll share here itself. See, group discussion title itself explains so many things. It should be a group. Okay, it means more than one people are there, more than one people. And if you are relating this group discussion activity with some of the formal process, okay, as for example recruitment, okay, or some official meeting. Official meetings are also in form of group discussion only. Clear? So if you are relating in that context, okay, then we have to keep in mind certain things. But group discussion is for group, and it is a discussion, it is not a debate. इफ आप ये बात समझ पा रहे हो तो आप ग्रुप डिस्कशन का कॉन्सेप्ट जो है वो समझ पाओगे कि ग्रुप डिस्कशन जो है वो डिस्कशन है, ठीक है। और डिस्कशन का मतलब क्या होता है, each and every participant has the space to participate. Okay, please note this point that each and every participant has the space to participate in group discussion. यानी सब इक्वल है, कोई डोमिनेटिंग नहीं है, ठीक है, कोई डोमिनेटिंग नहीं है, सब इक्वल है एंड सबको पार्टिसिपेट करना है. इट्स अ पार्टिसिपेटरी एक्टिविटी, कलेक्टिव पार्टिसिपेटरी एक्टिविटी. ये है ग्रुप डिस्कशन और डिबेट नहीं है ये, ठीक है। ये किसी भी टाइप का डिस्कशन वर्ड का मीनिंग ही ये है कि किसी भी टाइप का डिबेट नहीं है. नो वन इज विनिंग, नो वन इज लूजिंग. Okay, only everyone is placing their information at a public platform, or everyone is sharing his or her information with rest of the other group members. Okay, ये है. तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट चाहे, अब ये एक जो है बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट है ग्रुप डिस्कशन का, ठीक है, इस पर्टिकुलर सेटअप का. तो इसको हम हर जगह इम्प्लाई कर सकते हैं, चाहे वो इनफॉर्मल सेटअप है चाहे वो फॉर्मल सेटअप है. ग्रुप डिस्कशन मतलब डिबेट नहीं करना है, किसी को हराना नहीं है, किसी को जिताना नहीं है, बट हाँ सबके व्यूज जानने हैं, ठीक है। जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है शेयरिंग के लिए किसी इंडिविजुअल के पास, वो कलेक्टिवली शेयर करनी है, ये ग्रुप डिस्कशन है, ठीक है। एंड ग्रुप डिस्कशन जो है एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट है, ठीक है। एंड एटलीस्ट you need to practice a lot, we need to exercise a lot if we want to join some corporate sector, if we want to join defense services. Okay, these type of we can say exercises will be there for the selection procedure, ठीक है। एंड डिफेंस सर्विसेज के लिए तो मैं आपको बताऊं, इवन कॉर्पोरेट के लिए भी एटलीस्ट 2 ग्रुप डिस्कशन तो होते ही होते हैं. एक तो जनरल लाइफ के बारे में डिस्कशन होता है और एक टेक्निकल टॉपिक पे ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है. तो 2 ग्रुप डिस्कशन तो कॉर्पोरेट जॉब के सिलेक्शन प्रोसीजर में भी इन्वॉल्व होते ही हैं आजकल, ठीक है। डिफेंस सर्विसेज में तो इट कैन बी मेनी नंबर, 4, 5, 6 ग्रुप डिस्कशन होते हैं पूरे एसएसबी प्रोसेस में, ठीक है। तो इस तरीके से ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट है, लेकिन इसका बेसिक क्या है कि ये पार्टिसिपेटरी एक्टिविटी है, ठीक है। ये विनिंग लूजिंग एक्टिविटी नहीं है, ये डिफरेंट है, और ये डिबेट भी नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट अ डिबेट. Rest of the other formal points we will discuss in detail. It is, the topic is already there in our syllabus, and we will have the group discussion activities also. And if you want, as I complete slightly, try to complete the self introduction guidelines in the next class. Okay, after that we will do one exercise of group discussion. Okay, and we can take this topic also.
मैम एक्सक्यूज मी
Yes,
मैम.
yes, समझ में आया आपको? आपका satisfy हुआ क्वेश्चन? हाँ, ठीक है.
Excuse me मैम.
Yes, yes.
I have one question ma'am. According to the questions of today's Google form that you gave,
Yes, yes.
ma'am, wait, let me open the tab. Ma'am, the question was, Jason, I am going home now. See you, blank, full stop, inverted
हाँ.
commas close. Paul, then a
Yes.
blank.
हाँ. हाँ.
Ma'am, this one and the previous one, that Helen also. Ma'am, these answers are based on the perspective of the
Yes,
aspirant
perspective of the.
who is giving the answer.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. But then
So, ma'am,
also
more than
we
one answer can be correct here based on the
no,
perspective
no.
of the aspirant.
Yes, that is in MCQs, okay. In multiple choice questions, the answers are smartly prepared, okay, which is more correct, which is more positive. Okay, this is
Ma'am,
how you have to
you tell
always
me one
select
thing.
the answer. Huh.
Ma'am,
You have to
Jason is
always
telling
select
I
the
am.
answer.
Ma'am, Jason is
Huh.
telling
But
that I am going home now. Then see you blank is given, so I gave see you tomorrow. And Paul, that blank is there, so I gave later. So see you tomorrow. Then Paul is saying later. So what's wrong in it?
हाँ, नहीं, no, nothing wrong in that. ओके.
Then I
बट
gave the
इसमें
answer.
जो
It is marked
ऑप्शंस
as
में आपको
wrong.
दिए हुए हैं, एक ऑप्शन ये भी दिया हुआ होगा. ओके. इट
That
साउंड्स
see you
गुड, आई
soon
थिंक.
sounds good. Yes, that one was the
है ना.
correct
हाँ.
one. But
तो
what is the
ये
wrong in my
बहुत,
answer?
ये देखो, ये थोड़ा सा और पॉजिटिव है. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा और पॉजिटिव है, थोड़ा सा और इम्पैक्टफुल है. ठीक है, तो हम इसको भी ऑप्ट कर सकते हैं, ये ज्यादा करेक्ट है. बट इसमें से इनकरेक्ट कुछ भी नहीं है. ठीक है, कैजुअली, ये यही तो डिफरेंस हमें प्रैक्टिस करना है. ठीक है, कि एक कैजुअल एक्सप्रेशन और एक फॉर्मल एक्सप्रेशन, ठीक है, और एक कॉन्टेक्चुअल एक्सप्रेशन में क्या डिफरेंस है और उनकी क्या टेक्निकलिटीज है, उनका क्या डिमांड है. ठीक है, यही तो हमें सीखना है. दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू प्रैक्टिस, दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू लर्न इन ऑल दीज लैब क्लासेस. That was the reason I gave you these questions today.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
Okay, the very simple questions. Okay. So I wanted you to think. Okay, yes, these could be the diverse perspectives. Okay, do not move into the correctness or the incorrectness of the answers. ठीक है, अभी
Okay, ma'am.
टेंशन
Okay,
नहीं,
ma'am.
टेंशन नहीं करना है किसी भी चीज का. Just I wanted you to think about all these diverse situations. ठीक है,
Yes, ma'am.
that these are the possibilities, but from all these possible things, the best or the very positive, okay, the universal, I have to pick.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am, got it, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Any other point of other student? Yes, Inamul, how you are silent today? Totally silent.
Ma'am,
Inamul Ansari,
network, there is issue, ma'am. Some network issues.
network issue. Okay. 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 Okay.
Excuse me,
Fine then,
ma'am.
students. Might be you are
Ma'am,
having your next class.
excuse me,
So you
ma'am.
can leave the meeting if you do not have any question. And if you
Excuse me,
have
ma'am.
further also, if you have questions, okay, you can ask me.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Adarsh, bolo.
Ma'am, ma'am, all these tests that we are giving, is there any marks in it? Means, or just for attendance purpose?
See, definitely you get the scores also through these tests. Okay, आप खुद भी observe करते होगे. ठीक है, आप चेक कर पाओगे अभी बाद में. I'll tell you. Even you yourself can check. ठीक है, कि पर्टिकुलर टेस्ट में आपको कितने मार्क्स मिले. बट ये मार्क्स जो है डेफिनेटली आपकी क्लास अटेंडेंस, आपकी क्लास अंडरस्टैंडिंग या कॉन्सेप्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग से रिलेटेड है. तो ये कहीं भी जो है वो आपके किसी फर्दर स्कोर्स को इफेक्ट नहीं करेगा. ठीक है, ये सिंपल
Yes,
आपकी
ma'am.
डे टू डे क्लास अटेंशन का रिकॉर्ड है एक तरीके से. ठीक है,
Yes, ma'am.
जितना तो बहुत ज्यादा बॉदर नहीं करना है इन चीजों से. लेकिन हाँ, you have to regularly attend all these things. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
because you will learn so many things, and your mind will also start thinking all these diverse informations.
Understood, ma'am.
ठीक है, you will be able to develop a particular type of perspective. ये भी एक लर्निंग का मीडियम है. ये जो क्वेश्चनर्स हैं, ये भी एक लर्निंग का मीडियम है आपका. ठीक है, मे बी
Yes, ma'am.
कुछ पॉइंट्स हमारे स्किप हो जाते हैं क्लास में, ठीक है, और ड्यू टू टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट और एनीथिंग वी लीव, ओके, or it is left for some time, so in that way you can learn. That is the point of these tests. And also your attention, that is very important. Yes, any other point? Or you can leave the meeting. Yes, students, you have any other point?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine, then you can leave. Okay.